that the giver of the bribe and then the receiver of the bribe both are kind of criminal. If it's a crime, then both are guilty.
But in Ghana,
Right.
the receiver has upper hand.
But that's the whole thing.
To brown envelope, then the loan now akojino.
Ochiche.
Ochichini name. Or the achichim. Mami or the 2 table no so upibi and then nisio. Mami abrewa.
The whole idea that the people are not understanding that the people in civil servants are service to them, right? It's kind of turned upside down. The citizen now coming to you is more like beggar, rather than we seeing ourselves that the customer is the king. So we don't cherish the citizen. We've elevated within our minds as a culture. Oh, honorable. Oh, papa, daddy, because he is working in a civil service or he had a job, and you don't have a job.
You made mention of customer is a king. When I went to China, I never understood this statement. They say your customer is your God. They didn't even say he's a king. They say your customer is your God. Smaller God. Why? Because he feeds you. So you dare not disrespect a customer.
But you see, in our system, there's higher demand on the side, right? So if I lose you as a customer, the demand is so much that I don't need you.
So ukunu ne wompena customs a ukunu ne wompena okoba na wato aponche okoba na wayesi okoba na wayesi nti say wouldn't such a person if you are in the house or you live in a compound house with such a person and I say what cousin be I say ne nan say asumi siko ye dwuma hwe cars ne japade awaye wo de wa mobra. So in a society like this, where when you want to do good, the people look at you with different eye. Akini Popo say, why are you looking at me like Poppy? You look at me with different eye. How can we embrace? How can we even encourage the people to do the right thing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to TRK Multimedia. This is TRK Discovery. And we are continuing our journey of knowing the truth and trying to build the society, help build the society so that we will be able to choose good over evil. Gentlemen, welcome once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Wonderful.
the author here is Mr. Agyeman Bonsu. He is the writer and author of this book, The Meditations of a Christian Saint. And this book contains a lot. It contains a lot of information. And I want you to go to Amazon if you want one. It's just $15 to go and purchase one to help our brother. It's really, really going to help you and help the society as well. Mr. Agyeman, last week I want us to do some recap of what we did last week. Just a couple of questions that I have for you. You made mention of the devil or the Satan fighting devil, or if there is any war, it should be between God and Satan. And if there's any war between the demons, it should be demons and angels. And if there is any war between saints, it should be saint and the devil. What do you mean? Because you made mention of Satan. That is what we know. Satan, demon, Satan, demon, and what? And devil, all the same. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, thank you. And again, thank you to your viewers. It's good to come your way again. So, Satan, as we understand, as the opposition to God. And in opposition to God, not necessarily somebody in a power with God, the same power, authority like God. So the Bible even mentioned of how when God called the sons of God, Satan also showed up. That means he's a son of God, just like in ranks and power. But when it comes to the level in ranks from God to all the beings he has created, and that's how I believe it, they are all in kind of ranks and hierarchy. So we know God, Jesus Christ and the Holy Ghost by Trinitarian, kind of from the Catholic Church and the church as we understand as Trinity. It's the same as Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. So then it comes to all other beings. We have demons, we have principalities, we have authorities, we have thrones, we have kings, we have all levels of power in a spiritual realm. So we know that God and Satan has something to deal with in terms of war and battle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know when it comes to angels, we know there are demons, which are kind of the friends or workers with Satan. He's kind of his kingdom, his people. But when it comes to the physical world, evil, as we know, even when God wanted to save human from our Christian understanding, he came as Jesus Christ. He needed to come as a man to do it. He didn't show up as God and do the salvation. So it's the same way if Satan wants to do something in this world, he does not come as Satan to do something, to my understanding. He uses the same elements as human beings. He uses creation. He uses systems that has been created to oppose life, steal and destroy.
So you want to say that Satan does not deal with man directly? He uses his angels,
Yeah, it's the same thing as we say God. For God to do something, he needs man to do it. Even if we want to love God, we need man to love God. We say if you hate your brother and you say you love God, you cannot sin, you're a liar. So definitely, Satan as a spirit, so we believe, then he would need physical kind of beings or physical creation, something to manifest in this world. Not to say that he doesn't have the power to come and do something spiritually which our eyes and minds cannot understand that he did it.
Okay.
But definitely through man, for man, that he will also do his own thing. So these people we call devils. And interesting, not necessarily what they are doing, right, by nature, because ordinary people under circumstances and pressure and struggles can do evil things, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are devils. So we say the greater good from the Bible is that he that is able to lay his life for another brother, greater love. And then the greater evil is he that turns another man into an evil person. Yes, any system or a person that can turn you, a godly, a good person, into an evil person, then that is a greater evil. Or like he's a wizard, like that guy is something. So we definitely, he says, and from biblical concept, you know how when Jesus Christ and the apostles, the disciples were eating on the night of the Lord's Supper, the Bible makes us understand that Satan came into Judas Iscariot, and then he said, go and do what you have to do. And then there was one time too, he said, 12 have I chosen, and one of you is a devil. So even Jesus acknowledged that a devil can be somebody that is kind of doing the bidding of the wicked one. Just as we have saints doing the bidding of God, we have devils that oppose human beings, and yes, they are among us.
Okay. This morning I was on live on Facebook, and I was making some analysis of what you said. Chapter 2, page 13. It said, a devil is a person, the creature or spirit that steals, kills, and destroys, right? Destroys life. A devil is also one that makes devil out of man. So I was making an analysis, and I was just trying to substantiate my argument or say that, okay, if you are a leader, a political leader, and I say, not only chiefs and kings and leaders and churches, and if you become, they choose you to lead people, and out of what you were supposed to do, you don't do it. The funds that they give you to do something, you don't do it, and out of that, Bob Marley said that an angry man, a hungry man is an angry man.
Yeah.
So out of what you were doing, the people are provoked, because the Bible says that children, obey your parent in the Lord. Yeah. But it also said that fathers, do not provoke your children. So I was saying that if you are a leader and you provoke your subordinate to do evil, are you not evil yourself?
Yeah, that is evil. I mean, the level, as I said the last time, is a privilege. It's for you to lead people, right? Or have well-to-do means and power in this world. It's kind of a place where you have the power to change lives. You have the power to cause people to be generations to come. You can bless the life of people or change the life of people for generations to come. And sometimes it's not just an individual. You are changing a whole nation.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about Kwame Nkrumah. We can talk about the founders of the United States. We can talk about Nelson Mandela, whatever they did, how it transcends the time and the moment that they existed. So that is it. It's cause and effect. The things that we are doing has ripple effects. I mean, it may be little. It's just like depending on how big the stone you throw into the water, the ripples that you're going to get, the waves that you're going to get will depend on how much you put it in there. But there would be a wave, right? And that is what is happening. There are things that people do that turns other people into they put people kind of at a place where they imagine children. You have children, they become they are orphans, or you pick them up as orphans and you make them as assassins, right? You've turned them into an evil person, right? I mean,
then
it's real.
It makes you the senior evil. It makes you who created the senior evil. So most of the things that we've been talking from the first day to now, because of how we have our country at heart. I'm talking about Ghana at heart. What is actually happening right now? Today, someone sent me a video. A tap that runs in her house, even that one is a borehole. If you see the color of the water, brother, show. If you see the borehole or no borehole, right now it's not even a pipe-borne water. It's not a tap or something that you tap from the mainstream. Borehole was as. So imagine what the Galamsey is causing. Today I saw a video that railways in Ghana, Galamsey edidia siama say railways, you know. So in Ghana, and what can the leaders do? What can we do? Because right now I'm beginning to think, right, that it is the leaders that have created that evil out of the people. Because when it started like this, we should have stopped it. But because of they are eager to hold power, they've allowed the people to hold them hostage with their terms. Oh, yeah, what I say, I was saying that when President Kufuor was there, he decided to do that Accra Winneba Road. You see the Kaswa Road. Or rough. He decided to do that. But the people were saying that, hey, yanko. And so people also politicize it. Oh, back to the roadside, which is not good. Do you understand? So the people themselves, you know, the chiefs, the pastors, the imams, the politicians, they have created all these things. So how do we solve it? That is what we talked about the last time. Let's see. Omaya Yefrimono, when you are strived to do good, they name you, they look at you with certain ways. When you are in the offices, you are aware of what I'm saying. Yeah. When you are in the office, people will be taking bribes, and the one who say, I will not take bribe, they name you and they target you. If you don't take care, they'll kill you. They have a way. You know what I'm talking about, killing. It's not like taking gun or something. Africans have their way of doing things. When you are in a family, if you want to do the right thing, they have a way of looking at you. In the churches, in schools, even a political power, those who want to do the right thing, they will never vote for them to become flag bearers. So how do we embrace the identity of a living saint that you're talking about? When the society hates good things, when the society hates anybody who call himself saint or who want to do the right thing. When I was a teenager, right from SS, we at school, I haven't even seen a girl before. When we talk of a girl, you know what I mean. Yeah. But the boys in the area, they said I've been castrated. Because at that time, I was, bole, you know what I mean? I was muscular, like those kind of tough guy, handsome guy. And I don't want Ebidum say I was a gay. Ebidum say I was castrated. What kind of society is this? When you want to do the right thing, they give you different names. They look at you with different eye. So how would that even encourage the young ones to embrace this living saint?
I mean, you've really expressed, I think, most viewers' questions that regarding becoming a saint. And I think it's due to the word, and then by association, as we said in the previous week, because in our minds we've elevated like a saint's work and then their actions and their deeds, and it's kind of limited to some few people and even after death. So if I would say, what if we can use other words other than saints? Because critically speaking, we are looking at the world, and as I said, is built on trust. So if they are not acting moral, they are not doing the right thing, why do we all expect them to do the right thing in the first place? Because it's kind of inherently, we all want to have people to do the right thing. Okay. And what saints here we are talking about is being right, righteous, standing. You have to have a right standing. Stand up for what is right. And that is all that we all expect in every system of society, in every areas of our lives. I mean, if imagine you are going to a mechanic, you just park the vehicle over there, they go in there, they fix whatever they fix. But if the person is not doing right, that is, he goes in there, what does he do? He just fix one thing, break another thing. Perhaps he will bring you back to him the next day for him to fix it. Right? So this is something that we are all expecting everybody to live up to. But as I said, if something is not, if a child is born, no one of us were born saints, devils, evils, and all that, as we discussed it last time. But as I also added that the Bible talk about from Abel to Seth, it seems like people born were not like Adam, which has some meaning if we want to go deeper into it. But needless to say, babies, as we all know, are innocent. But they grow up to be the killer, the pastor, the president, the good one, the bad one. Okay. So yes, so there are things that are going on in society that results to what we see. There is no doubt that the environment, the society can also impact individuals to be where they are. Okay. So strongly speaking, for us to embrace it, some people embrace right by, from Christian perspective, maybe the reward. They think like, okay, when we do what is right, we'll be rewarded. So reward can also be a way that we can use to motivate people to do what is right. Okay. But for Christians, if I'm telling you as a Christian, then I say accept Jesus Christ. Okay. But we all understand that the expectation for righteousness or somebody doing right by us is not religion issue, because wherever that a person is, I come in there, I don't want to know about your religion. If you're a doctor, I just want to know if you're qualified to take care of me.
Hold on. I want us to go for a short break, and when we come back, we will continue. Don't go anywhere. When we come, we're going to look at embracing the identity of a living saint. How can we motivate people to do the right thing? Because I really want to know more about embracing the identity of a living saint and the implications that comes with it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. Mr. Agyemang, Akwababium.
That's it. Yeah.
So before we went for the break, we were talking about embracing the identity of a living saint. You agree with me that in society now you live, Let me give you a story. My mother, she was a teacher, a trained teacher, and call retirement. My mother had to go for a loan, teachers credit union, credit loan. Now I went to this accountant general department with my mother. That time I was young, and brown envelope. Then the loan now Ochichini name. Or the achichim. Mami or the two table no so upibi and any asinisio. Mami abrowa. Mami a win 60 years or con pension. Bibisan say what see ya. Loan now makojin imagine retirement benefits in almost half. Almost half. Na ekono. Mami say loan now makojin almost half in a ekono. Wakoji loan in a ochiche just to get her retirement benefits. Is that so here? Here is the situation whereby a teacher or a nurse has taught for all her life, and she's 60 years going for retirement, and one found qua bear 6 years not in some kind of retirement benefit.
Wow.
I went for a nurses training school, and when it was time for us to get our alawa, the accountants, they came, they stated it categorically, we have to pay to the what do you call it, Accountant General Department. It took some time. Now, alawa we fought, and the accountant said, why no baby? So we have to go ourselves. So my class, C4, we went there to Accountant General Department. There was a man, no leading. You call office we are, what told my 2 envelopes, no chichim, you call her need that. You call her need their man. You call her need their man. Your chiches have in do 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, in our one buy. What kind of country is this? So if you are in such offices, a special accountant general department, means Salmo. And when you go to Harbor, it's worse.
Yeah, Matisa.
Who go to Harbor, it's worse. Number of people who come to Harbor to clear their goods. One day you can get as many as like about 400 people. And if out of 400 people, obi eko clear na year, omo room bi, for us a long room or something. That long room, almost 10 million that time. That was in 2017. Right now, I don't know how much they take. 1,000 Ghana each. Multiply by nipa 400 a day. And yes, saying, we are nipa 10 no much. So ukunu ne wompena customs are. Look at the way they die. They die anyhow. Ukunu ne wompena okoba na wato aponche, okoba na wayesi, It is a wouldn't such a person if you are in the house or you live in a compound house with such a person, and I say, what cousin be I say, and then I say, assume you may cars niche Japadia way. Would you want more? Africa, I can say Obia Bobra, and I say Sika Winya, and then there's a Wabobra. Quanya of us years Canada, we don't care. So, in a society like this, where when you want to do good, the people look at you with different eye. Akini Popo say, why are you looking at me like Poppy? You look at me with different eye. How can we embrace? How can we even encourage the people to do the right thing?
This is difficult. I mean, just to say there's one solution to it is nearly impossible. Right? It's a culture. So what a culture is, it's more like we know that the giver of the bribe and then the receiver of the bribe both are kind of criminal. If it's a crime, then both are guilty.
But in Ghana,
right,
the receiver has upper hand.
But that's the whole thing. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if my voice can be reached to the courts of the presidency or whoever it is, then my say is that why don't we have kind of something like an institution, a task force or something in place that you, the giver, when you are at a position to give, or there is that scenario that will cause you temptation to give, you'll be able to refuse and report, right? Because at the end of the day,
in Africa,
there's a way to we should find ways to solve it. This is my suggestion, right?
Yes, your suggestion.
As to the I mean, it's a matter of enforcement. So to stop, like in terms of bribery, right? At the end of the day, if I'm faced to get what I want, right? Life, the moment I need this is important to my life, I come to you. You are a civil servant or you work in a place where because if it is kind of a private, then maybe you are charging me more than the price of the item. But if it's a civil service, then my whole, because I'm also proposing something to solve the problem. So my whole proposal is that there should be kind of a website, a database for all the prices of anything. Passport service, everybody knows what the price is online. So before I come to the government or civil service for service, the price we know. Like here, everything you're going to do, they advertise it, you know. So if I come and I have to pay anything more than that, then there should be somewhere I have to report to that will take action.
You know, but here we have expedite process. So we have the normal one and the expedite one.
But we all know. We all know.
Expedite, you pay more, a little bit
Yeah, but
more.
you know before you go there, everybody knows it.
The
So
expedite is this,
so you know the price, so you know where it's going. Other
Okay.
than the side payments that you have to pay, and then you have to pay before you get what you want, right?
Okay.
And then two, the whole idea that the people are not understanding that the people in civil servants are service to them, right? It's kind of turned upside down. The citizen now coming to you is more like beggar, rather than we seeing ourselves that the customer is the king. So we don't cherish the citizen. We've elevated within our minds as a culture. Oh, honorable. Oh, papa, daddy, because he is working in a civil service or he got a job, and you don't have a job.
You made mention of customer is a king. When I went to China, I never understood this statement. They say your customer is your God. They didn't even say he's a king. They said your customer is your God. Smaller God. Why? Because he feeds you. So you dare not disrespect a customer.
But you see, in our system, there's higher demand on the side, right? So if I lose you as a customer, the demand is so much that I don't need you.
Because talk about Sakawabai pro. Oko Accra say Okoto. This car, Toyota Corolla, ne Camry, ne Bafu for na Sakawabai is ne topa. Tino Oko Accra na Oko to be no mobile price and na usi chale team so across if you Sakawabai is babeto. Because the demand is too much. The demand. The second one is normal.
So
they buy 6, 7 at a time. Boom, now, you pay.
Back home, you go to a store and then you ask the price. Then he tells you. You ask another one. He tells you. He asks another one. Then he tells you. And then you say, well, "I'm not buying." You got a problem now.
You dare not. But here you buy something. You go home.
You can even return it.
You can return it, of course.
Yeah, so for me, if the government is very serious to solve this, then as I said, there should be the culture that, hey, a lot of people want job. Why should you? And that's the whole thing that pains me, right? Because the class system that we have in this world, talking about saints, where we understand the essence of God within us all is of God, and everybody has that potential to become good. And that's why in Christianity, we try to reach to everybody to be saved, because there is that goodness within you. Although you're a sinner, there's still the essence of God, which means it is God that makes you breathe, live, and have your life. So we still want to cherish you. And that is what we are calling everybody to acknowledge, right? So in a sense, if we don't really have defeat the culture, which puts the person in civil service as the God, as the king, as the ruler, and me coming to you serving me. But this culture is not back home. Like me coming to the office, you are there because of me. Okay. You serve me. That's why you're a civil servant. But why is it that when I come and then the service that I pay you for and give you all the privileges, the homes, the gas and everything that you have, because it's as a civil servant, we virtually give our life to you. And what I mean by life, as we said, the benchmark for evil and good is protecting life, giving life. It's everything that I have for my sustenance as a human being is my life, my dignity, my life force. Everything that adds to my life is my life. So if I come to you that, hey, do this for me, which makes my life better, and it's something that you are there to service. I mean, I'm not asking you to do something other than why your position entitles you to do. And then you treat me as the beggar. I have to even pay you extra after paying you monthly, giving you, some of these people, civil servants, get a lot of privileges in the country, right? So that is wrong. That culture needs to change. That there should be a place where if I come and then I have any sense that you mistreat me, service, customer service, we don't really value that, customer service, right? So if I come and I don't get the service, and every place that you go, the service is there. So I know what I'm expecting. I'm not going to ask you anything. And then, as I said, more people want jobs. So why should we have, right? And that's the job too are not advertised. So I give it to my uncle, I give it to my son. But if in the country, the civil servant jobs, we know there is a platform where every job is posted. It's qualified people that are taking, you can protest if I don't get it. Qualify, why did you pick this one? There is some entity that you can report poor service to, and people will be held accountable. I believe that can really, really change a lot, and some of these things that are going on will change.
When I went to China, right, there was this Ghanaian guy who was doing dubious, connection with this Chinese lady, and honestly, they were bringing students from Ghana, and they will pay everything when they get there. And this guy will tell them, "Oh, what you paid is connection, man," knowing very well that what they pay, including fees and other stuff. So they will charge them double and blah 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 blah. And the student came to report it to me. I was a teacher teaching in one of the schools, and I tried to talk to this Ghanaian guy, but he wouldn't understand. He think he's too big because he works with a Chinese, and a Chinese also think that his senior brother or his whatever uncle is a senior police officer. So I'm a foreigner, I can't talk nonsense or something, whatever. So when this Chinese girl was talking, I recorded it, what she was saying, and when she finished, I played it back to her, and I told her I'm going to report her to the black market. She knows where the black market, she knows how far it can go. The black market, you just go to a website, upload her picture and the information over there, and the next quarter of a minute, they will come for her. And she started begging me. She knelt down, and this boy ran away. They chased him. That is her system. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back after this short break. Don't go anywhere. And come on, when we come back, we will really dive into this issue because we need to solve this problem in Ghana. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. We are still tackling the issue of embracing the identity of a living saint. Yeah, he said in a society where we live, it's difficult to embrace good than evil, because everywhere you go, you say, to me, even if you want to do the right thing, you say, everybody wants you to follow the suit because the Bible say the right way, very narrow. Yeah. So everybody wants to follow the wide way, which is the wrong one.
But it's true because in an environment which enables evil, good can be called good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in an environment which enables evil, the good can be called. And that's what I said. It's always a battle between what is good and what is evil. Because in an environment and a culture where evil is good, I mean, we've lived through slavery, we've lived through wars where those things at that time, it was okay.
So how do we start, or where do we start with? Because today, let me give you, for instance, today I was taking my kid to school. He's a kindergartner, and in the school the line is 2. We are dropping them off. The line is 2, but one line is kind of empty, and the one is parked. So I was on the parked line, and I skipped to the empty one. Maybe he has not taken note that the line is always 2. He questioned me, "Daddy, why did you skip? You should be in the line. Everybody is in the same line or on the same line, so you should be in this queue." I said, "No." Like he was seriously arguing with me, a kindergartner. So I didn't do it right. Here in America, when you cross the red line, your kid will question you. When you you are holding the trash and you put it down, your kid will question you. So must we start from the young ones, or you think you can make the correction out of these already rotten ones?
It's a little bit complicated. As I said in the book, I made mention that God created you, but man made you.
Okay.
So in a way, our interactions and our way of life is kind of developed here right here, how we interacting with the world. So the question is, did the kid take that stand because of something is in his nature, or was he taught, or how did he come and arrive at that?
I think because they practice it. They were taught and they practice it at school.
That's
and
it.
You still think it is right because the teacher is saying so.
He's been taught. So fundamentally, we need to teach. We need Christianity. For somebody to become a Christian, in our understanding, is not God is sovereign as to what He can do to change somebody from non-believer to a believer. But fundamentally, we know that you have to give them the word. That means you have to teach the people. You got to preach to them. So definitely, if there's something that we have which is good, we need to teach. We need to let people be aware. It's kind of an awareness, right? Like they said, when Adam ate the fruit, the forbidden fruit or the apple, as most people say it is, what happened, right? The Bible says his eyes opened. Was he blind? No, he got eyes, but the awareness and awakening came to something else which was different from his existing consciousness. So it's just as we believe the saints or the right standing ones. It's just we believe people have the ability. It's more like God essence within them to awaken to that. It may be something that is blocking that kind of the self-awareness onto goodness, and that's why we have rehabilitation for people when they go south in life or down in life. We have training for people to come to the awareness. We have the word of God. We have a whole lot of things which goes into a person to let the person to do the good one, the good thing.
Do you have interest in politics?
It's a question, right? I've not looked into it, right, for now. But if you would define politics as a calling to serve my people, but not as institutionalized party system where, although some of these politicians you may think is a service to the people, right, which definitely that's the understanding we all have grown to be. But to me, I see it as a service to the party, not the people. Because first of all, you have to meet party criteria. You have to, and it's a structure which has been designed by somebody. Everything started from somebody. Somebody gave us this democratic system.
Okay.
It came from the mind of a person or a group of people. So if it's not serving us right as a people, we need to change it. As you said, when Jesus comes, we know he's coming to rule. Is he going to rule by political structure? So if it's a call to serve my people, which I believe everybody have a people, you can't live in this world and say you don't have a people. Okay. And I always say that if you don't understand service to people and identifying yourself as a group of people belonging to a people, then you don't even understand what it means by going to heaven or the heaven that you want to go. Because it's a community. Okay. The church of God is a community and it's calling on to service. Okay. So if it's a call for me to serve my people in what capacity you may call it politics, but mine is as a saint is to serve. Okay. And it's not party, because as I said, most politicians now is a party, not necessarily the people. Because the party got you there, the party got your back, and the party can kick you out of the party, or the party can have a way not to let you even stand on the party ticket. So a lot of people come and their allegiance is to the party rather than to the people.
Do you think if you get opportunity to serve as a minister or as a DC, with your positivity, you can influence where you live, especially when you are serving in a ministry like Ministry of Youth and Sports?
Wherever I serve, I'll be able to serve, right? But as to serving in that environment is not something I'm looking into right now, because the environment is very turbulent, and as I said, most people I see are affiliated to for years. As you're looking at the political landscape of our country, it's been a lot of service to either serve or to the party. And not to say there are no individuals who are brilliant, who are serving, sacrificially serving, people who have come onto the political landscape and done great job for our country. I mean, they're excellent, and everybody knows one or two people like that. But we know thousands of them who are have done wrong by the people, which needs to be corrected. So we speak to everybody. So either you're a politician, you are somebody, we are calling you to what is right. The people have entrusted you to lead them, to help them change the life of people, and it's in your power and hand to do it. And Jesus said, as you do for your people, you do for me. So don't wait till you go to heaven or you go to your church alone to do what is right. I mean, every day people are praying to God, and God uses the saints. He uses people to do his job. And we are all being called to do that job.
This current Black Star, do you see we are going to have impact, positive impact in 2026 World Cup in America here?
Yeah. I mean, anytime, as I said, people belong, we all belong. We want to belong. I mean, belonging to a church, belonging to a tribe, belonging to a country, we all love to have that identity. And I mean, I didn't choose where I was born. I've made changes to maybe naturalize somewhere and all that, right? But we all love to belong, and it's beauty to identify yourself with your brothers, your sisters. And when children see the flag raised up high, it gives them hope. It gives them an identity. It gives them a reason to rise up from wherever that they were born, or the challenges with which they are in the country, to come up, right, and do something great and wonderful and powerful in life. So it's good that in these competitions, the Black Stars win and then also keep their spirit high.
Thank you so much, Mr. Agyemang Bonsu. I really, really appreciate your coming. Just like Mr. Agyemang said, the Black Stars of Ghana, the players, the authorities, the coaches, all of us, we have to do our best, especially the journalists and the YouTubers. We have to desist from, the negativity around the team and try to speak positive things around it, encourage them to do better, because when they do better, it also affects me. It raises my morale and it raises my job, because I'm more qualified. I know people will troop to my channel to come and see what is happening over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for having time to watch us, and we want you to troop to the stadium either tomorrow. It will be late. We want you to troop to the stadium in our next match, and the World Cup will be looking forward to meet you. Until we meet another time, please share this content as we post it. Try as much as possible to share it and to get one of the books. The Meditations of a Christian Saint is very, very powerful, written by Mr. Agyemang Bonsu himself. Or you can also type the Council of Living Saints. You go to Amazon, you can get it, a copy, and read. It has changed my way of thinking, and I believe it will change yours too. Until we meet again another time, hey, enjoy the rest of your time. I love you. See you then. Bye-bye.